Hey, you.
Me?
Yes, you.
What up?
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level?
Hell yeah!
GLM Designs can help you with just that.
Word?
From laptop skins,
You lying?
promotional flyers,
Yo, son!
promo videos,
I need that!
OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds,
Hey, yo, let me get that!
professional one-sheets, and so much more.
Oh my god.
Please visit our website,
I'm on it right now!
GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs.
Got it!
Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World.
Follow it!
GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs. This is the one and only TQuest, and I'm super excited because you guys know how much I love being on the other side of the microphone. Yes, your girl TQuest will be interviewed on Slapp Radio coming live from Hawaii. Right now, it's afternoon for them, but it's nighttime for us over here on the East Coast. So I'm about to call in a few minutes for them to interview me, see what they're going to ask me, because you guys know I'm always curious what another personality is going to ask me. I am an open book. I'm here to answer all questions. I just secretly hope they always ask the right questions, but let's be real. I've been on this show before, and shout out to the DJ Drama and the host James, because they are professional. They do what they do. They're great at it, and I always have a great time being a guest on their show. So I'm definitely curious of what they're going to ask me this time. But we shall see. So you guys just keep it locked, relax. How you doing, Ron? Thank you for tuning in and just enjoy. Yes, I know we live in the world of virtual where we usually can see everybody, but sometimes I like the radio feel to actually feel like the radio when you're not watching me, but just listening to all the amazement things that are happening. So just keep it locked with me right now. I'm actually going to call them in a minute or so, and we're going to have some fun. So if you are listening, please share it. Please comment. Please keep me entertained. Hi. Shout out to DJ El Nino, my partner in greatness. And let's have some fun, okay? I'm not sure if they're going to do music breaks in between like they did last time or what up. So it's going to be live. So you guys are here with me. Whatever's going to happen, we're going to be in it together. Now that it's 7:29, I'm going to call them so we can be ready for 7:30. Here we go. This is TQuest.
TQuest, what up, what up?
How are you?
All right, thank you so much for calling in.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play one of your records, and then we're going to jump into your interview, okay?
All right, sounds good.
And then we can just basically go from the top again and kind of just reiterate on anything and then go in depth, whatever you want to go in depth. Is there anything in particular you want to talk about?
It could literally be anything except for politics.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to reiterate everything we talked about last time, and then we just kind of go in from there. Is that cool?
Okay, sounds great.
All right, cool. Talk soon.
Alrighty. Okay, you guys. So, like he stated, they're going to go continue their music break, play one of my songs, and then we're going to get into the interview. And speaking of my songs, if you haven't already, make sure you go actually purchase them from my website, GottaLoveMeWorld.com. And if I'm not worth a couple of dollars, which breaks my heart, and you want to do it for free, you can always stream me on the social media platform such as Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, Apple Music, Amazon, and so much more. But remember, the singles are "What Up" for my hip hop heads, "Indulge" for my lovers out there, lost in love with you, and we in this together. Cause you guys know I am the queen of love. Unfortunately, my app is not running this interview right now, but it will definitely be on my app tomorrow. You guys know I always put it on social media first, and then I'll throw it up on the app for everyone to check it out in the recap. Well, thank you for just letting me know that you downloaded the TQuest app because you are a smart man. So shout out to you for sure. Uh-oh. I think. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys can hear them. What I'm doing is having them in my ear so I can pay attention to what they are playing instead of putting it out here because for all I know, it could be a mainstream song or distributed song, and I'm not trying to get blocked. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that Facebook have enough love for me that when they do play my song and I allow you guys to hear my song, they do not block me and realize that I am the one and only T Quest. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you, Mac, for supporting and checking out this interview. I'll be on momentarily with them, so thank you for your patience. Once again, I want to say shout out to DJ Drama and the radio personality hosts, James. But for right now, let's listen to some music and vibe out with them right now.
right, and that's Slapp with 2 P's. You're on KQH 90.1 FM Honolulu. That's Radio for the People, and that's the sight and sound of the Pacific. I'm your host, James Westbrook. We got DJ Drama on the ones and twos with this Halloween special. 4 hours we're in the mix. And as promised, we have a Connecticut native. She's a singer-songwriter and hip-hop artist. She's a voiceover specialist, a radio personality. Also, she's a journalist and writer for a couple of magazines. And on top of that, she's the head of Fleet R&B Division. Ladies and gentlemen, TQuest.
Hello, darling.
Welcome to the show again.
I'm so happy to be here yet again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so basically, you knew at an early age you wanted to be an entertainer.
Absolutely.
And how did you get that you were watching videos? What was your inspiration?
You know what? As children, you never know what we're going to gravitate to. And all I remember is being a quiet child, and I hear music and it just felt like home to me. So every time I hear music, it just put like a special feeling in my heart. Still, I just started singing and writing and dancing, not in front of too many people. But then, of course, growing up in a culture where we, go to church every Sunday, I started to join the choir. And then overall, the love for music became stronger and stronger throughout the years.
No wonder. I could definitely hear the soul in it. And a lot of singers that I know that come out of the church background, they definitely have that soul. And by the way, the views and opinions may not be necessarily those of KQH, licensees, management, and staff. Also, how'd you get the name TQuest?
You know what? It's kind of funny because it just randomly came to me one day. I was watching some random show. It was going on commercial, and I just happened to see this clear question mark in the background that most people probably would have missed. And I just stared at it. And then I just instantly just said out my mouth, TQuest, that's my nickname. That's what it's going to be. And then over the years, I realized it means Tara's journey. Sometimes we don't understand in the moment things happen, but eventually it'll all make sense if you're paying close attention.
The universe always provides.
Absolutely.
So how did you get into the radio personality and voiceover? It's so unique because you do music. You're pretty much, you got your hands in a lot of areas, and we can just go down each of them because I'm interested in those.
Okay. Well, the voiceover came when I just happened to be in the studio one day, and one of my friends, at the time he was doing more music, but he's actually a professional comedian, and he was telling me he's doing this project and he needed a couple of female voices. So he's like, you ever thought about doing some acting or voices? I'm like, I can change my voice, like totally. Just tell me what you need and what you want. And I'll try it out. And he was like, I want this type of girl, and this type of girl. So I went in the studio and I did it. And it was fun because I was always an entertainer, so that was just second nature to me. And then after that, started to learn the business, I realized when it comes to like DJs, they like when you do drops for them. So I'm like, as an artist, if I do drops for them, that's me building a relationship with them. So most likely they'll be wanting to play my music even more. And then after a while, I kept doing it so much. So over the years, I've spent thousands of dollars in the studio, just doing all these free drops for DJs and features for artists that after a while, they said, I heard your voice in so-and-so's mix, or I heard your voice in so-and-so's radio. How much you charge to do drops? Then it started to become a business, and I just kept going from there. And of course, I expanded outside of DJs to producing tags and then radio commercials and etc. When it comes to being a radio personality, I was being interviewed from another personality, and he fell in love with my personality. And at the end of the interview, he was like, you know what? I love your voice. I love your energy. You ever thought about doing radio? I was like, of course. I want to tap in as many parts of the industry that I can because this is where I belong. And he was like, well, we have internet radio station, and we have different personalities, and you can be our representative from Connecticut. I said, okay. He said, let me talk to people in charge, let them know about you, and I'll get back to you. Soon as he did that, within like a couple of days, they gave me the information. They told me about the broadcasting system. They talked me through it over the phone. Next thing you know, they're like, what are you going to call it? And I was like, gotta love me radio. Because my slogan is gotta love me. And it's just interesting that 7 to 8 years later, that one show that started off my career as a radio personality actually ended up being me owning my own radio station.
That's amazing. When you first got on the radio, were you nervous? Was there butterflies? How did you combat that?
I think being an entertainer, I'm comfortable on the microphone. The part that made me nervous about doing radio was I was thrown in, meaning I'm the only person in Connecticut. I just have this program on a laptop. I have a microphone and I just go, meaning I am not just only the personality. I am the program director. I am the DJ. I'm doing everything at once my first time in, which I realized gave me a solid foundation to start off with. But I was nervous. I'm like, what happens is something happens. There's no one here to help me. Yes, they say I can call them, but it was very nerve-wracking. But I got through it. And one thing I like about having so many challenges in the beginning, it made it easier because my first show was not just by myself doing everything, but it was 2 hours long. So I had to break down, what am I going to say? What kind of segments do I want? Let me record an intro. Let me do an outro. Let me do artist spotlights. I had to come up with all this stuff to fulfill those 2 hours. So now any type of radio I have to do, like I'm already familiarized with a lot of it from my humble beginnings.
That's amazing. And I'm glad that you brought that up because for you listening out there, basically, that radio, there's a lot of prep work that goes involved in it, and you just kind of dove right in, and then now you have I'm guessing you have a routine or a protocol that you go through before jumping on the show.
Actually, it's kind of like once you are seasoned, a lot of it's second nature. The only times I was a little nervous when I went from at home to college radio. Things a little different. Now I'm with a DJ. Now I have the on-air button. Now I have the phone calls. Like it was different. Then I went to another FM station where everything is timed. You have to have your segment within this amount of time and then be ready to go to commercial at this time. So each time I went to a different station, it was a different challenge because they all have a different routine. So now, no matter who comes to me, I'm already familiarized with a variety of radio shows and radio stations that it's pretty much second nature that I just get excited. Like, where's the mic? Where's the on air? Let's go.
Now, as a singer, songwriter as well, what's your process in the music making? Do you listen to the beat first? Do you write the lyrics first? Then you get the beats? What's your process?
It really depends because I'm a writer first. So I'm always writing down ideas. I always have stories. As a quiet person, a lot of us, we always in our heads, we live in our own little imagination world. So there's always a story being told. Now, either I have a song and I happen to hear a beat, I'm like, oh, that goes with it. Or I allow the beat to tell the story for me. It all depends on how I feel in that moment.
Tell me about your first time in the studio.
Oh, wow. Now that was interesting, because I met my producer at the time at church. Somebody heard that I sing and they was like, can you sing for church next Sunday? I was like, okay, sure. Still being shy. But I woke up with a sore throat. And I was like, Mother, what am I supposed to do? I can't sing with a sore throat. She was like, well, don't you have a rap with God in it? I'm like, yeah. She said, to do that. I'm like, you sure I can do rapping at church? Is that allowed? She was like, it's a testimony. Go do your song. So when I did it, the drummer or the pianist, one of them, he was like, yo, that's a dope beat. Is that yours? I was like, no. He's like, are you like trying to do music? Oh, yeah. Do you record anywhere? I was like, no. He said, I have a studio. Would you like to record? I said, absolutely. Because I always had songs. I used to buy the instrumental tapes on the corner. The guy used to sell all the mixtapes. I used to buy those. I used to write to them. I started doing shows a cappella, well, to the beat, but not recording. So when I got to his home, I saw his computer in his living room. I saw a regular microphone sitting there. And I said to myself, I pray to God, this is not where I have to record. I hope I don't have to record sitting next to him. This is not going to work. I thought recording studio had booths and stuff. But to be honest, the equipment was actually in his daughter's room and the mic was in the closet. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay with that. Long as I'm not sitting next to you, I can rock out with this. And I just zoned out because at the end of the day, it's not about where you are. It's all about the quality that's going to come out. And he had the equipment. It just happened to be at his house. And I'm looking at his daughter's clothes while I'm recording. But it still came out wonderful. And what I like about that is having these rough beginnings and experiences forever kept me humble no matter what type of circumstance I'm in when it comes to either recording or performing at a show where there's a lot of people there because I've been through it all and I've seen it all. So I'm not shocked at anything.
Absolutely. The views and opinions may not be necessarily those of K2H licensees, management, and staff. That's a great story. Now, you also are the head of Fleet R&B division.
Mm-hmm.
How do you gather the music? What's your process, and how did you even get into the Fleet DJs?
Well, of course, it's a DJ coalition that I randomly started to see all over social media. So when I saw DJs that I was affiliated with through like radio and performing, I'm like, what is this Fleet DJs I see? Like, it's a coalition. I'm like, look, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to be a part of it one day. And I saw a flyer that said Fleet Artists. So I called one of them. I'm like, what is this flyer I see about Fleet Artists? They said certain states have artists. I'm like, well, you're part of the Connecticut state. If you guys are considering doing artists, make sure you think of me. He was like, to be honest, Quest, you're the only person I thought of because you're an artist out here really doing your thing. I said, I appreciate that. So I eventually got in as an artist. And then I always tell people, take advantage of your situation and take advantage of your platform. Do whatever you got to do to make sure you and your brand is where it needs to be. So I started as an artist. I saw they have radio stations. I told them I'm a host. I started being a host for Fleet. And then after that, I saw they had publications attached to it. I am a writer, so I started writing for the publications attached to Fleet. And when it came to the R&B division, they were looking to spice it up a little bit. You know, it wasn't too active. They were like, maybe we need a new manager. Maybe we need someone to really bring this division to life. And they was like, what about TQuest? They was like, perfect. So I came in, I seen what was going on, and I was like, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm a boss. I can handle it. Everyone loves me. And that division came to life within a month or so. And ever since then, it's just one of the best divisions. And we actually won Division of the Year, and I won Lady of the Year as well.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Seems like the hard work is paying off. Now,
that.
you also, I mean, writing is that's what you do. You also write for publications as well, magazines.
Absolutely.
How did you get into that?
Okay, so years ago, I used to know a couple of bouncers and stuff from being a performer and stuff. And one of them told me they was a part of a magazine. So with me performing at so many different clubs, you know, I'm always there to network. I'm never there to hang out. I'm there to network. And I found out about this magazine. I believe back then it was called Static Magazine. And when I got a part of it, I was like, what y'all need me to do? I'm like, I'm a writer. So I came up with an advice column called Inquiring Minds Want to Know, where people would email me questions and stuff, and then I'll answer it, you know. Like a love guru. So even within, I'll go to different clubs with them. And once in a while, if there's like a celebrity there or an artist, you know, try to get the interview for the magazine. And then years went by, got into Fleet. They had a magazine called Straight Official Magazine. I started writing there, the Quest Chronicles, Love, Life, and Music from my perspective. Then I saw they had
No, that's good.
Thank you. And then I had another one called Apex Couture Magazine, and they was looking for writers. I'm like, I'm a writer. I'm like, I can give you another version of the Quest Chronicles, just different stories. And then I saw another one called Writer Magazine, but that was more an adult magazine. So with them, instead of giving them the Quest Chronicles, I gave them the Sex Chronicles because that magazine, like I said, was an adult one. It was going to the jail. So I just gave them a variation of what I was already working on.
Okay, I like your names. I like the titles for your shows or your articles. That's amazing. And basically, you're talking about whatever it is that people write to you.
The advice column started that way. The Quest Chronicles is having different topics and experiences from my perspective because as I study people, and a lot of people do come to me for like counseling and stuff, I realize sometimes they don't look at it from different perspectives. You know, they're always coming at people on the fence, always angry and mad. I'm like, but did you try to look at it from their perspective? Did you try to understand where they was coming from? So I write things and they read it and they digest like, you know what? Let me try this. Maybe let me tackle it this way and it might can help. You know, it's just like I'm not forcing you to change your dynamic and how you receive things or your actions, but I'm friendly giving you a suggestion that I encourage you to try out and just see what happens.
Now, the views and opinions may not be necessarily those of K2H, licensees, management, or staff. What advice would you give to someone who's on the come up?
I would say, know who you are, know exactly what you want to do. Everything is not popcorn. Sometimes you gotta be that meat that marinates for 24 to 72 hours. So and the reason why I say that because nowadays we live in society, everything's so fast paced. Everything is like quick, quick, quick. But sometimes you need to step back. It's okay to get an education. It's okay to use YouTube and Google to your advantage, not just watching videos, but actually studying things, taking online classes, learning the business that you're trying to get into so you don't get played in the end. Just like some of the movies and you see the biopics and stuff. Don't watch those movies as entertainment. Really look at it for what it is. All these people worked so hard for years and never got compensated. Why? Because they didn't take the time out to learn the business. They was too focused on being on the mic and being in front of the camera, not realizing it goes hand in hand. And that's why I built my brand, TQuestGLM LLC, because it helps entrepreneurs, it helps music artists, authors, or whatever your business or your brand is, take it to the next level. Of course, visually, because we have a graphics design department, and we do one sheets and we do EPKs and we do promotional videos. At the same time, we have Zoom classes to really help groom people so they're ready to really do what they want to do the right way instead of rushing into it and regretting some of the choices they make going too fast.
What can we expect from you in the future?
Oh my gosh. Way too much. It's like everything I'm doing now and then some, and I'm expanding the brand. I want to add some more people, expertise, but if not, myself and my partner, DJ El Nino, will just handle it until then. But it's gonna be more music. The books are gonna be coming out. The business gonna be expanded more. Of course, the keep pushing the radio station and our up and coming magazine. It's so much that I'm doing that it's hard to tell people about what's coming up. They just have to stay tuned because I always have something new for the people.
Okay, so how can we stay tuned and follow your journey?
They can follow me on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM, or they can download my TQuest mobile app in the Google Play Store and the App Store. They can even go to my website, GottaLoveMeWorld.com, even on social media at GottaLoveMeWorld, or you can just Google TQuestGLM and everything pops up there as well.
Any shout outs?
I want to shout out to you because I love you as a host and as a personality. Your voice is so soothing, and you sound so seasoned, and it's so comfortable speaking to you because, to be honest, I love being interviewed, but everybody can't do what we do. And when I say I enjoy conversing with you, I genuinely enjoy conversing with you. So I appreciate you and I having this conversation. You interviewing me. I appreciate DJ Drama for having me on the platform too. He was one of the first DJs I worked with in Fleet in the R&B division years ago, back in 2000, I believe 17. So we had a long journey. He was the first person I connected with, and we're still cool to this day. But shout out to you guys. Shout out to the JLM team. Shout out to my partner in greatness, DJ El Nino. And shout out to anybody who's just been rocking with me and supporting me, not just in talk, but in action too. Because as a fan and supporter, you have a job to do as well. And that is to click, add the cart, purchase, like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe.
Right on. Thank you so much for joining us. This is not the last time we talk to her again. Much love and appreciation to you. Make sure you follow her journey. She's definitely a DJ Drama on the ones and twos. We're about to get back into the mix here on Slapp Radio, and that's Slapp with two P's, the sight and sound of the Pacific. Let's go.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, thanks so much. We really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, and we'll definitely connect again soon.
I'm always here.
All right. Much love and respect. We'll talk soon again.
Have
a good day.
You too.
And happy Halloween.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, I guess.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well,
That was your girl TQuest on Slapp Radio, all the way out of, I believe, Honolulu, Hawaii. Now, here's my thing, you guys. I'm just gonna be open with you because you guys are my fans, supporters, and listeners. I don't know what it is, but when I talk to other personalities, I go straight in professional promo mode because I don't know their dynamics. I don't know their platforms. I don't know how much time I have. I do so much. I got to find a way to get it all in without missing a beat. That sometimes I can't just let loose because you guys know when your girl let loose, a lot of people, they enjoy that. And I can't be so entertaining that I don't get out the information I need to get out to the people. So even in that interview, I enjoy talking to him. I enjoy talking about the different elements of my life and all that I do. But it's to the point, when am I going to actually have the fun part? Because I'm so focused on I got to get this out that it's hard to get it in. But the best part about that is your girl TQuest. I'm my own personality and I have my own show and my own radio station. So I guess I would just be entertaining with my peoples, with my fans, with my supporters. But yeah, there's a lot to your girl TQuest. I try my best to cram it all in as much as I can. But at the same time, I am not ashamed of all the things I do and all the things I worked hard for. And I'm not stopping no time soon. But I appreciate you guys taking this half an hour to listen to the interview, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. For the ones who are new to the TQuest platform, hopefully you learned some new things about me. But like I said before, if you are new, just follow me on social media at TQuestGLM. Download your TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store. Make sure you sign up for my mailing list on my website, GottaLoveMeWorld.com. And if you really like me, and if you are one of the clients, won't you go to TQuestGLM on Google, write a review, and make it do what it do, baby. Hey, you. Me? Yes, you. What up? Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers? Yo, son! Promo videos? I need that! OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey, yo, let me get that! Professional one sheets and so much more.
Oh my God.
Please visit our website, I'm on it right now, GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs. Got it! Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World. Follow it! GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs.